Hey everybody, Frank Sambo here with your AHX market update. And this week, there are generally two things you need to know about, not just one. Diesel jumped in every single region we track, all at the same time. And there's a named tropical storm sitting in the Gulf right now. So let's get into both. Let's start with fuel. Every region on our map posted a price increase this week. That is unusual. Normally it's just one or two hotspots. South Central led that way, up almost 9% for this week alone. And the Southeast wasn't far behind. West Coast has gotten the highest price on the board, just under $6 a gallon, and it's the only region running more than 15% above its national average. Here's the one bit of good news. The Midwest is still running about 83 cents a gallon below the actual May peak. So even with this week's bump, it's still nowhere near its spring high. West Coast, South Central are all in the same spot relative to its own spring spikes as well. Now let's get on the weather side of things. South Central and Southeast aren't just dealing with the biggest fuel spikes. They're also carrying the worst weather conditions on the entire map this week. That's because of Tropical Storm Bertha. What a name. It formed in the Gulf of Mexico, and as Tuesday, it had winds nearly 50 miles an hour and was sitting about 110 miles south of Panama City, Florida. That's a storm surge watch for the Alabama-Florida line all the way through the mouth of the Mississippi River. We're talking about up to 4 feet of possible surges in parts of Louisiana, Alabama, Florida. Current forecasts have it hanging out near the northern Gulf Coast for a few days before pushing west towards Texas, which lines up with flood warnings already posted in Austin, San Antonio. If you got anything moving around that Gulf Coast stretch this week, do not wait to build an extra time. I would do it now. On the platform side of things, on what we're seeing, carriers are still holding the pricing edge right now. They're picking off the best price shipments first, same as what we've seen in the last few weeks. Volume's a little softer near term, which tracks with the usual summer slowdown, but nothing alarming there. Where it matters most is we're seeing carrier conditions tightening specifically around the Gulf Coast, West Coast. So factor that in as you're pricing this week. Bottom line, reprice your Gulf Coast shipments before Bertha's next move, not after, and treat the West Coast as your high cost corridor this week. Full region by region breakdown, the quarter tables, everything. It's all in your blog now. And remember, your broker isn't tracking these things for you, but we are.